probably because the Chaos player went for an early power build and has got all LP2s everywhere. Great defensive. As I said, this map can turn to a turtle fest, irrespective of the fact that he's DoWpro. And here we got a confrontation between the Force Commander and the Chaos Lord, but it doesn't seem like much is going to happen. I was kind of hoping they'd stick it to it, but Space Marines, realising that they've got less squads than the Chaos, backed off. Now, here, this is an older version, as I said, and the complication here is that in current version, the Chaos units do not go infiltrate whilst in cover. They've got timed infiltration, rather. So it's just a slight difference, but it's probably not significant now. But I don't know. Cultists are the same, but I'm not sure if they got changed. So anyway, here it seems Blablashka, the Chaos player, has got control. Oh, what's happening here? Didn't see this. The Assault Marine squad that the Space Marines built is attacking the forward point of the Space Marines. Oh, Chaos, sorry. The Chaos Marines forward point. Now, here the ASM can actually get lightning claws. I don't know why there's a pink box there. Works fine in current version. But he's probably going to take... Oh, but the Chaos player's gone to heal it, just as a distraction. It seems like the Chaos has got his whole force coming to help. Will it be enough? Oh, there goes 90 Reckon itself, as I said before. Heretics not being cheap. He might take down this point. Will he? And yes, he's fine. And he jumps out just in the nick of time. But the Chaos player has now got a Rhino out. They get built from the HQ, but irrespective, the Chaos player has got both all of his units prior to T3 out, all buildings out. So that means he can effectively counter anything the Space Marine player throws at him. On the other side, the Space Marine player has gone for more of an eco build, although, interestingly enough, he's gone for a second HQ, even though he hasn't got all LP2s. Which, compared to Chaos, the Chaos has got no second HQ. Second HQ's in DoWpro, giving a huge requisition bonus as well as allowing extra war gear. He's gone for that, but he hasn't gone for LP2s, which I'm not sure which one's more effective, but looking at it, the Chaos player hasn't gone for a second HQ, but instead has gone all LP2s, in which his economy may be higher in the end. But we'll see, Wait until it's built. So here, the Space Marine player is just going to defend, I think. He's done enough damage, taking out several cultists. They're fairly cheap though, so I'm not sure if it will matter. But with the Rhino out, it gives the Chaos player a sturdy kind of holding just outside the Space Marines base. Both commanders on low health, but it seems like, I'm not sure what the Space Marine player is doing right here. He just jumped in right there from a few meters away. I don't know what he was doing. He just lost a Assault Marine squad needlessly. And there goes the Force Commander too, but it seems the Chaos Lord also went down in the process. That's not a big deal. So looking at economy, 128 to now the built stronghold 131. So the Space Marine player has managed to come out on top in the eco battle by building a second stronghold. He's got his machine cult, but he doesn't have his other T2.5 building. He has two scout units on the field and one tactical squad, and it seems like he's going for a Terminator squad. This is interesting. Terminators in DoWpro, range ones in the middle of T2, and the Chaos player has utilised his Rhino and mobility to try and take out one of those Kappas. That's the problem with a big map like this, and once you get Rhino, although it only holds one squad, you can use it to get a map dominance like that on big maps like this. You know, singling out lone scout squads that are trying to capture the critical locations, which, as you can see, they can give a fair amount. There we go. 10 bonus rec. It's fairly significant in the long run. Say you've got two of them, that's 20 rec. That's a fair amount. Now here it seems like the Chaos player is trying to apply force on two different sides. I'm just going to flip over so you can see them. So this squad's got one missile launcher and one flamethrower. Flamethrower's still doing a bit, and the Servitor's just out of range maybe. He hasn't been hit yet, so he might just be within range. Or out of range. It's good, but this point's going. Oh, he's got a skull probe out, so now the LP2 can now shoot back. Now the Chaos player has built his Chaos Lord again and a possessed squad. Now, as I was getting to before, this squad's going to back off, but it doesn't matter because the Space Marines had to dedicate to one side, and he's going to lose. Oh, and it seems why I wasn't looking. His Servitor went down, and he's lost this point even. even though he managed to defend one, he couldn't defend both. If he'd split, he probably would have been demolished by either forces. Now, the Space Marine player has gone all heavy armor, which can be dangerous because the enemy, as you can see, has got light armoured troops, such as cultists, but with plasma guns, which counter heavy armour rather than grenade launchers. So, because he hasn't forced him to change up and try and spread the hard counter, the Chaos player can purely counter or focus on countering the Space Marine's heavy armour. So here we've got a battle going. The Space Marine commander's going to charge in, but no, he's been hit by the Tier 3 Chaos Lord. You can tell because he's got his Man Reaper out, and it's slowed down the commander, the enemy force commander on hit. It makes it very dangerous, and it means that you have to think twice before you charge in a commander against the Chaos Lord, because once you enter, you're not going to get out. You've got to stick to it. But of course, he's lost this battle. It was a bit silly, but it was well played by the Chaos player there. So he's still got his Terminator squad up. If he can get that out, they're expensive, but you don't want to lose them. You don't want to have to rebuild them. Apologies for lag. Apothecary going out there loosely. He might fall down due to bad control. And there's only one member on that Terminator squad. I don't know why he hasn't retreated him all the way to the back, so he doesn't get... There we go. So the Space Marine player isn't fielding many troops. He's relying on mines, LP2s, one TAC squad and one Terminator squad to defend. That's not much versus the Chaos's Possessed squad, two tactical squads, a Rhino, and two squads of cultists. But here we've got a Dreadnought. Oh, but since then, since we last spoke, or since we last looked at the Chaos Squad's weapons, they have got the heavy weapons upgrade, so he's now got 2 extra missile launchers to deal with this Dreadnought. It was good hindsight by the Chaos player, and he will be able to counter the Dreadnought because of that. Now here, the Possessed Squad, they are countered by flamethrowers primarily. The reason for that is because they're demons, and in DoWpro, flamethrowers are hard counter to demons, as I said earlier. I might have said earlier. A broken squad of demons. As I did say earlier, morale, all those penalties apply to demons only. They also suffer double damage. So if you can break a Possessed squad, a Horror squad like that, that's a demon armor, then you can really tear them apart. But plasma, it's not as effective on them. So it means that you can't just... You really have to swap up the weapons. So the Chaos player is now fielding 3 armor types here, whereas the Space Marine's only fielding 2, and has really invested in both of them, making it much easier for the Chaos player to counter. However, he does have the vehicle, which is helping a lot. It's probably the only thing keeping him in the fight, especially since he can't really go with heroes unless he goes Space Marine Tri-Hero, because this Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer being upgraded with Tier 3 weapons are really going to dominate any heroes that come out, unless it's all 3 of them. And okay, so the old mechanic is taking the toll on the Space Marines. This is probably why it was removed, because you could find loose bits of cover on the map, and in the enemy's bases or your base, and you could use it to defend or attack enemy buildings whilst being invisible. And have a look at this, because the cultists infiltrated in cover. The old mechanics, they can just bash away at that machine cult and not be hurt. A little ridiculous, but here, as you can see, they're not infiltrated anymore, so it's alright mechanic, but I prefer the new one. Here we've got, the Space Marine's got 3 squads, 2 Terminator squads. He's run out, he's got the Force Commander back on the field, and there's no Chaos Lord here to deal with the Force Commander. Or did he just take it out? Where is it? Where's the Chaos? It seems the Chaos Lord's gone down. Wow, I missed that. So the Chaos is going to have to retreat, because although they've got the Possessed can't deal with the Force Commander. They can deal with TAC Marines, and that's their job, but they're not going to be able to deal with the Force Commander. So the Force Commander is going to force both the Chaos Space Marines and the Possessed to retreat at some point, unless they keep focusing with his plasma guns on the cults on the Force Commander, which he's not. He's got the cultists firing at the Dreadnought. I don't know why, but